What if the softest XG song became the loudest thing in someone's empty room? That's what Winter Without You turned into for a lot of ALPHAZ. Not a holiday track you play once in December. More like a quiet check-in you loop when the group chat is dead, the street is frozen, and your phone screen is the only light you've got. In late 2023, XG were still building their identity around sharp, high-energy releases. So when news broke that they'd drop a winter-themed R&B single on December 8, 2023, it signaled a different side of them was coming. Then the music video landed, and the difference was obvious. A minimal, mood-first setup. No choreography pulling focus. Just XG in white against wide, snowy landscapes, cold air, empty mountains, silence that feels huge. Fans even joked they didn't notice there was no dancing until a few watches, because the whole thing feels so centered on vocals and mood. One comment praised how simple it felt, like the video was clearing space so the singing could hit harder. And the song itself doesn't hide behind complicated metaphors. It's about absence, plain and simple. The hook is basically, the season feels wrong without you. Fans described it like early 2000s R&B, nostalgic, warm, but still clean and modern. In discussions, people kept saying the same thing in different ways. It was on repeat, it was stuck in my head, it was the one track that matched their mood when nothing else did. Some even said it reminded them of the R&B sound they grew up loving, like they accidentally found an old comfort habit again. And there's a tiny detail fans obsessed over. The song keeps brushing against holiday joy, and then refusing to fully step into it. In one lyric discussion thread, someone pointed out how a joyful moment in the song feels almost out of place, like the track is teasing warmth while still choosing melancholy. That contradiction is exactly what loneliness feels like in December. Lights everywhere, and still the inside of you stays dim. Production-wise, it doesn't feel built like a typical Idol winter special. It plays more like a late-night R&B ballad than a festive sing-along, which is why it doesn't expire when the season ends, because it never depended on the season to begin with. Here's where it gets personal. The lyrics aim at a missing person, but lonely fans rewired it fast. You becomes a friend who moved away. A family member you can't reach. A past version of yourself. That's the secret power of simple writing. It leaves room for the listener to move in. Even the music video leaves blanks. One viewer mentioned the parent scenes felt emotional without much context, almost like the video wanted you to fill the gaps with your own memories. And once you do that, the song stops being seasonal. It becomes yours. But the real turning point came 2 weeks later, when XG stepped into the White Room. On December 22, 2023, Winter Without You / The First Take went live. One microphone. One take. No snow, no distance. Just faces, breath, harmonies close enough to feel real. Fans stayed up to watch it drop. Comments weren't just hype, they sounded relieved. One wrote, "Stayed up for this, and beyond worth it." That performance changed how the song functioned. A studio ballad can be pretty. A stripped performance can feel honest. People weren't only replaying the track anymore. They were replaying micro-expressions, the way a note lands and disappears, the calm after a big line. It's the same reason first take style videos become comfort videos. The room feels like truth, even when your day doesn't. And you could feel the fan narrative shifting from XG can sing to XG can carry emotion. And XG didn't let the emotion sit still. On December 24, 2023, their Band Live concert version with its live dropped. Same song, but with live band warmth, fuller, like the music is trying to pull you back from the edge. Fans who were already attached suddenly had another version to loop, and the praise got loud. In discussions, people kept saying the same thing in different ways. It was on repeat, it kept replaying in their head, it matched their mood when nothing else did. Over the next year, Winter Without You stayed in circulation because it had multiple faces. It wasn't just a December memory. It became a track people said they'd play throughout the year. And outside the core fandom, it started popping up in songs that make you cry conversations too. Proof it was reaching listeners who weren't even looking for XG in the first place. Then 2024 rolled around, and XG had been out on their first world tour, The First Howl, including UK and Europe dates. Fans expected throwbacks, maybe a special stage. Instead, they got a twist. On December 8, 2024, an orchestral version was announced for December 13, 2024, UK and Europe exclusive. The description sounded expensive and dramatic, saxophone leading the melody, backed by a full-string ensemble. The release even included 2 tracks, an orchestra version and an instrumental. But one line hit harder than any string swell: this version has no member vocals. That's when fandom emotions split. And when the orchestra version finally hit streaming at midnight in each local time zone, it played like a quiet encore, same song, but dressed differently. Some people loved the idea immediately. Others admitted it felt strange, even emotional at first, especially with the vocals missing. Instead of one unified reaction, you could see 2 impulses: fans treating it like a gift for the UK and Europe listeners, and fans questioning the choice, because when a song is your comfort, any change can feel personal. But the strangest part is, removing the vocals didn't remove the feeling. It forced listeners to supply it. If you already knew every harmony, your brain heard them anyway. And sax, in the right register, can sound like a voice that's trying not to crack. For fans who needed comfort but didn't want lyrics in public, the orchestral version became a quieter mode, same emotion, just less direct. This is where the lifeline idea stays honest. Nobody needs to claim a song saved them to admit it helped. Sometimes help is smaller, it gives your thoughts a rhythm. It gives the silence somewhere to sit. It makes you feel less weird for feeling lonely during a season that's supposed to be joyful. If you've ever connected with songs that acknowledge the urge to disappear without turning it into a spectacle, you'll recognize the mechanism here. Winter Without You doesn't scream. It sits beside you. It says, "Yeah, I know." And it lets you breathe for 4 minutes. So the story isn't just XG released a holiday single. It's that a group known for edge released something vulnerable right when a lot of people needed permission to be vulnerable too. Then they kept reshaping it, MV, first take, band live orchestra, so fans could pick the version that matched their day. Even when the vocals vanished, the comfort didn't. It just changed outfits. And when winter comes back around, you don't only remember the song. You remember who you were the first time you looped it. You remember the night the apartment felt too silent. And somewhere in the comments, you remember a stranger saying they felt the same. So here's the question that sticks. If a song about absence can make people feel less absent, what does that say about music? If Winter Without You ever did that for you, you already know.